Every single day, millions wake up and drift through life as if time is infinite. They scroll, they complain, they wait for the perfect moment, the right chance, the easy path. But that moment never comes because life doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for your doubts or slow down for your fear. Every sunrise is a reminder that the clock is ticking, that your dreams are starving while your excuses are growing stronger. This is 2025, the year to stop wasting your life, the year to stop existing and start living. You've been given another chance to rewrite your story, to become the person you were meant to be before the world told you to settle. Your potential is not gone. It's buried under comfort, distraction, and fear, but it's still there waiting for you to wake it up. The question is, how much longer will you let the world decide your worth? How much longer will you waste the one thing you can never get back, time? This is your wake-up call. This is the moment to rise, to fight, to stop watching others live the life you dream about, and finally claim the one that belongs to you. Time is the only currency that never refills. The only resource that once spent can never be earned back. Every second that slips through your fingers is gone forever, and yet so many live as if they have an endless supply. They waste days scrolling, waiting, hesitating, saying, I'll start tomorrow, not realizing that tomorrow is not promised. The truth is, life is not a rehearsal. You don't get to rewind, you don't get to redo, and you don't get to start over once the clock runs out. Time doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your comfort zone. It keeps moving, silently but relentlessly, and it's taking your chances with it. Every hour you waste is an hour you could have invested into your purpose, your growth, your future. It's an hour that could have taken you one step closer to the life you dream about. Most people never value time until it's too late. They realize its worth when they're standing at the end of a season they can't return to, wishing they had used it better, wishing they had said what they needed to say, done what they were afraid to do, and lived instead of waiting to live. But regret is a heavy burden, and it always arrives when time has already moved on. The cruel thing about time is that it doesn't announce when it's running out. It just fades quietly. One day you're 20 and full of plans, then suddenly you're 40 wondering where all those plans went. That's the silent theft of wasted moments, the invisible decay of potential that dies slowly when time is not honored. Time doesn't slow down for your confusion. It doesn't pause while you figure things out. It keeps ticking, and whether you're moving forward or standing still, it takes something from you every single second. The people who understand this truth live differently. They move with urgency, not panic. They wake up with intention, not boredom. They don't waste mornings in bed scrolling through meaningless noise because they know that every sunrise is a gift they'll never get again. They respect time, and in return, time rewards them with progress, wisdom, and momentum. You have to look at your life like a clock that started the day you were born and is running nonstop toward the end. You don't know when the last tick will come, and that uncertainty should ignite your fire, not your fear. You can waste your life waiting for the right opportunity, or you can spend your time creating it. You can spend your hours complaining about what you don't have, or you can spend them building what you want. Time will pass either way. The question is, what will you have to show for it when it does? If you truly understood the value of a single minute, you would never take your time for granted again. 1 minute can change your life. A single decision, a single phone call, a single act of courage. The problem is that most people underestimate small moments. They think significance only lives in big events, but greatness is built in the small, unseen, consistent investments of time. Every workout, every page read, every skill practiced, every sacrifice made, it all compounds. The people you admire didn't have more hours than you. They just refused to waste the ones they had. Think about how you spend your days. Are you using your time or losing it? Because every day you trade your life for something. What you watch, what you do, who you're with, what you think about, those choices are the invisible transactions that define your future. If you spend your time chasing comfort, you'll trade your potential for ease. If you spend it chasing purpose, you'll trade your comfort for greatness. Either way, time will take its payment. The world is full of people who could have been extraordinary but ran out of time before they acted. They had dreams that never became reality because they always believed they had more time. But time is not loyal to anyone. It doesn't wait for you to. Be ready. It doesn't care if you're tired, scared, or unsure. The clock moves with or without your permission. And one day, it stops. When that moment comes, you won't be able to bargain for one more hour, one more day, one more chance to start again. You'll have to live with how you use what you were given. That's why every second matters. Every hour you waste on meaningless things could have been the hour that changed your life. Every day spent procrastinating could have been the day that built your breakthrough. Every week lost to distraction could have been the week that defined your future. You are not running out of opportunities, you are running out of time. And the harsh truth is that the future belongs to those who understand this now. Not later, not someday, but today. Time is your most valuable and non-renewable resource. Treat it like gold, guard it with discipline, and invest it with purpose. Because once it's gone forever, and no amount of success, wealth, or regret can buy it back. Comfort is seductive. It whispers in your ear that you're safe, that you've done enough, that you can rest a little longer. It convinces you that you don't need to push, don't need to try, don't need to stretch yourself beyond what's easy. But what comfort never tells you is that it's slowly stealing your potential. It's the invisible trap that keeps you exactly where you are while convincing you that you're doing fine. Comfort kills more dreams than failure ever could, because at least failure teaches, at least failure moves you. But comfort keeps you frozen in the illusion of progress. You wake up, you repeat, you stay busy, but you're not growing, you're not becoming, you're not alive. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you trade the future you want for a temporary feeling. The mind craves ease, but greatness demands struggle. The body wants rest, but success requires exhaustion. Growth only comes from friction, from the moments that stretch your limits, from the pain that forces you to adapt. Yet most people run from discomfort, not realizing that every time they do, they run further from who they could be. You can't build strength without resistance, and you can't build character without challenge. Comfort keeps you soft, predictable, and average. It makes you forget how much power you truly have when you step into the unknown. The world around you is designed to keep you comfortable. Entertainment at your fingertips, fast gratification, endless distractions, all built to keep you numb enough not to chase something greater. The system doesn't want you to rise. It wants you to stay satisfied just enough to never fight back. But if you want to build a life that matters, you have to break out of that trap. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, to do the hard things, to stand in the fire long enough to forge something real. Comfort will tell you that pain is a sign to stop, but discomfort is not danger. It's the signal of growth. It means you're stretching beyond what's familiar, and that's where transformation happens. Every person who ever achieved something extraordinary had to walk through discomfort. They had to face moments where quitting felt easier, where the world doubted them, where they questioned everything, but they kept going. They understood that comfort is the enemy of greatness. You can't grow inside a zone that was built to keep you the same. The people who win are the ones who trade comfort for purpose. They don't need it to be easy. They need it to mean something. They would rather fail chasing something meaningful than succeed at staying safe. Comfort gives you a temporary high, but discomfort gives you a permanent result. The gym hurts, but the strength lasts. The early mornings are hard, but the progress endures. The lonely nights, the sacrifices, the moments no one sees, those are the moments that shape the person you're becoming. Comfort may make you feel good today, but it will make you regret tomorrow. You'll look back and realize that every time you chose comfort, you said no to your future. If you want to change your life, you must make discomfort your companion. You must learn to find peace in the struggle, power in the pain, and growth in the grind. The fire that burns you today is the same fire that will harden your steel for tomorrow. You have to understand that the feeling of comfort is not happiness. It's stagnation disguised as peace. And the feeling of discomfort is not punishment. It's the birth of your next level. So don't chase easy, don't crave soft, don't wait for the perfect moment when everything feels right, because that moment will never come. The world belongs to those who are willing to do what's uncomfortable until it becomes normal. You can't be both comfortable and unstoppable. You can't live in safety and expect to build greatness. The truth is simple. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams, and the longer you stay in it, the more your potential fades quietly into the background. Unseen, untested, and unrealized, distraction is the new form of self-destruction. It doesn't come crashing into your life like disaster. It slips in quietly, disguised as entertainment, disguised as relaxation, disguised as something harmless. One notification, one scroll, one video turns into hours lost, energy drained, purpose forgotten. You tell yourself you're just taking a short break, but that short break becomes a habit, and that habit becomes your new reality. You wake up one day and realize you've been busy but not productive, connected to everyone, yet completely disconnected from yourself. Distraction is the thief that doesn't steal your possessions. It steals your focus, your dreams, your time, and your drive. We live in an era where focus is more valuable than money. The world competes for your attention every second, and the one who can control it wins. Every scroll, every ping, every meaningless click trains your mind to crave instant gratification. It rewires your brain to avoid deep work, to run from silence, to fear stillness. The very moments that could give you clarity and purpose are drowned under a flood of noise. Distraction keeps you entertained enough to never notice you're stuck. It feeds you comfort while it drains your potential. It makes you mistake motion for progress, and that illusion keeps you trapped. You say you want to be successful, but success requires focus. It requires doing the hard, boring, consistent things that distraction convinces you to avoid. You can't build an empire with a divided mind. You can't chase your vision while chasing every notification. The truth is brutal. You can either be focused or be distracted, but you can't be both. The difference between average and extraordinary lies in the discipline to protect your attention. The people who rise above are not always the most talented. They are the ones who learn to say no to noise, to temptation, to meaningless consumption. Distraction gives you pleasure in the moment, but emptiness afterward. You feel good while you're lost in it, but when it fades, you're left with regret. You wonder why your goals feel distant, why your motivation fades, why your confidence shrinks. It's because every time you give in to distraction, you're telling your mind that temporary comfort is more important than long-term purpose. You weaken your own willpower, you train your brain to surrender easily, and the more you do it, the harder it becomes to focus on anything that truly matters. Distraction is not just digital. It's mental, emotional, social. It's the toxic people who drain your energy. It's the endless comparison to lives that aren't even real. It's the comfort of routine that keeps you from taking risks. It's the voice in your head that tells you there's always time. So you don't have to start today. Every one of these distractions adds up, layer by layer, until you're buried under your own inaction. The worst part is you don't even notice it happening. You're too distracted to realize you're being distracted. To reclaim your life, you must reclaim your focus. You must learn to disconnect from what doesn't feed your purpose. You must build habits that sharpen your attention instead of scattering it. You must guard your time like treasure because the world will always try to steal it, but only you can decide who gets access to your mind. Turn off the noise, step away from the screen, create before you consume, think before you scroll. Every minute you give to distraction is a minute you steal from your destiny. The truth is simple. Distraction destroys dreams quietly. It doesn't kill them overnight, it starves them slowly, one small interruption at a time. The people who succeed are not superhuman, they are just ruthless about their focus. They understand that attention is life. What you give it to grows, what you withhold it from fades. So, if you give your attention to distraction, your dreams will fade. But if you give it to purpose, to work, to growth, your life will transform. The choice is yours every single day. Fear disguises itself as logic. It wears the mask of reason, whispering in your mind that it's just keeping you safe, just helping you be smart, just protecting you from failure. But what it's really doing is keeping you small. Fear convinces you that hesitation is wisdom, that waiting is preparation, that doubt is realism. It sounds rational, it feels responsible. But beneath that calm voice is the silent destruction of your potential. Fear is not loud, it's subtle. It doesn't stop you with chains, it stops you with thoughts. Thoughts that sound true but aren't. Thoughts that tell you you're not ready, not capable, not enough. And if you listen long enough, fear becomes your truth. Most people never chase their dreams, not because they can't, but because fear talks them out of trying. Fear builds walls made of what ifs. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? But those walls aren't real. They exist only in the mind, and yet they feel as solid as stone. Every time you obey fear, the wall grows higher and your freedom shrinks smaller. Fear doesn't have to destroy you to win. It just has to delay you long enough for your time to run out. Fear shows up in disguise. It looks like overthinking. It feels like procrastination. It hides behind comfort and excuses. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right moment, for more experience, for more confidence, but deep down, it's fear pulling the strings. The mind loves to rationalize avoidance. It tells stories that make your hesitation seem logical, when in truth, it's fear keeping you from the discomfort of growth. The longer you listen, the stronger it becomes, until one day you start defending your limitations instead of breaking them. The irony is that fear never truly goes away. The people who succeed don't live without fear. They just stop letting it lead. They feel it, acknowledge it, move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to act despite it. Every time you move through fear, it loses power. Every time you face it, you prove to yourself that it was an illusion all along. The things you're most afraid of usually turn out to be the very things that free you. Fear feeds on your imagination. It creates worst-case scenarios that almost never happen. It exaggerates your failures and minimizes your strength. It makes the unknown seem dangerous, when in reality, the unknown is where all your growth and greatness live. The longer you stay afraid to step into it, the more you imprison yourself in a life that's predictable, safe, and unfulfilled. Fear will give you 100 reasons not to start, but it only takes one act of courage to silence them all. You cannot reason with fear. You can only confront it. You have to move forward while your hands shake, while your voice trembles, while your heart races. Because every time you take that step, you become stronger than the voice that once controlled you. Fear doesn't disappear before action, it disappears because of action. Waiting to feel ready is waiting to stay stuck. You will never feel fully prepared for the moments that matter most, because those moments are meant to shape you, not comfort you. Fear is the gatekeeper between who you are and who you could be. It stands guard at the door of every dream, testing your courage, daring you to walk through. Most turn back, but those who don't, those who walk through trembling, uncertain, but determined, are the ones who find freedom on the other side. Fear is not there to stop you. It's there to show you where to go. The presence of fear is not a signal to quit. It's a sign that you're moving in the right direction, because only the paths worth walking come with resistance, and only the dreams worth chasing come with fear trying to stop you. Discipline will build the life motivation. Only dreams of motivation is fleeting. It burns hot and fades fast. It's easy to feel inspired when everything is going right, when the energy is high, when the vision is clear. But when the excitement disappears, when no one's watching, when the days feel heavy and progress is slow, that's when discipline takes over. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. It's what keeps you moving long after motivation dies. It's not about feeling ready, it's about doing it anyway. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates it. It's the quiet force that turns goals into habits and habits into transformation. Every great achievement in history was born from discipline. The athlete who trains before sunrise, the creator who works long after the world is asleep, the entrepreneur who sacrifices comfort for consistency, they all have one thing in common. They do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. Dreamers wait for inspiration. Doers rely on discipline, because motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when everything inside you wants to quit. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it's the foundation of every success story ever written. Discipline teaches you mastery over yourself. It forces you to lead your emotions instead of being led by them. It makes you show up on the days when excuses scream louder than ambition. It makes you trust the process when results are invisible. You learn that progress isn't about speed, it's about consistency. Every rep, every step, every choice matters. Discipline turns ordinary moments into opportunities for greatness. You stop chasing moods and start building momentum, because the truth is, the person who wins is not the one who feels the best. It's the one who acts the best, even when they feel the worst. Most people lose not because they lack talent, but because they lack discipline. They want results without repetition, success without sacrifice, progress without patience. They want the reward but not the responsibility. But discipline demands payment upfront. It asks for your time, your effort, your focus, and your consistency. It doesn't give instant gratification, but it gives lasting results. It builds you from the inside out, stronger, sharper, more resilient. And that internal strength is what separates those who wish from those who win. Discipline is not punishment, it's power. It's self-respect in motion. It's telling yourself, I deserve better, and proving it through action every time you follow through. On a promise to yourself, you build trust with your own mind. You stop relying on motivation because you've built a foundation of reliability. You know that no matter how you feel, you'll show up. And when you live that way, you become unstoppable. You no longer need inspiration from outside. You've created a system inside that drives you forward relentlessly. Discipline doesn't demand perfection, it demands persistence. You will fail, you will fall, you will want to give up. But discipline doesn't care about failure, it cares about showing up again. It's the voice that says, try one more time. It's the decision to stand up every single time you fall. It's what transforms struggle into strength, repetition into mastery, and pain into power. Discipline doesn't remove difficulty, it builds your ability to face it without breaking. When you look at the lives of people who truly changed their reality, it wasn't luck or timing or talent, it was discipline, the relentless consistency of showing up when others gave up, the refusal to be swayed by comfort or distraction, the unbreakable mindset that said, no matter how I feel, I'm still doing the work. Discipline is the weapon that makes ordinary people extraordinary. It's the daily act of choosing purpose over pleasure, growth over ease, and long-term reward over short-term relief. It's not glamorous, it's not loud, but it's powerful. Because in a world addicted to instant gratification, discipline is the rarest form of freedom. Every small action compounds into massive transformation. Most people underestimate the power of consistency because they're addicted to the idea of instant success. They want everything now, the body, the business, the breakthrough. But greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's built in silence, in small, unremarkable moments that no one sees. The truth is, Change is never one big leap. It's a series of tiny steps repeated with intention. Each day you do the work, no matter how small, you're planting seeds that will one day become something extraordinary. The problem is most people stop watering those seeds before they ever get the chance to grow. They give up too soon because they can't see the results yet. But what they don't realize is that growth is happening beneath the surface, quietly, invisibly, until suddenly it bursts through. Every time you wake up early when you don't want to, every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you push yourself just 1 inch further, that's progress. It doesn't look like much today, but compounded over time, it becomes unstoppable. 1 page a day becomes a book. 1 workout a day becomes a transformation. $1 saved becomes freedom. 1 act of courage becomes confidence. The small actions you take each day are the building blocks of the life you dream of. The issue is not that people don't act, it's that they stop acting before the compounding effect takes hold. The power of compound effort is invisible at first. You might see no difference for days, weeks, or even months, but every repetition is stacking energy, focus, and momentum in your favor. Most quit when it's hardest, right before the curve turns upward, right before the effort starts paying off. That's why success feels like magic to outsiders, but to those who earned it, it's just math. They understood that small, consistent actions multiplied by time equal transformation. It's not talent that wins, it's consistency. It's not speed that matters, it's endurance. The ones who rise are those who refuse to stop when progress is slow. Every person who has ever achieved greatness once stood where you stand, doing small, seemingly insignificant things that no one noticed. They were patient enough to keep showing up. They didn't need instant validation. They trusted that if they kept doing the right things long enough, the results would reveal themselves. The greatest version of yourself is not built by grand gestures. It's built by small habits repeated with purpose. Each one of those habits carries energy that compounds over time, reshaping your identity, your mindset, and your future. The truth is, the small things are the big things. How you do the little task defines how you'll handle the big ones. Excellence is not a single act. It's a habit formed by thousands of consistent choices. Every time you decide to keep going when it would be easier to stop, you're training your mind to win. Every time you honor your word, even in private, you're building a foundation that cannot be shaken. It's not about how much you do, it's about how often you do it. That's the secret of momentum. Once it starts building, it becomes unstoppable. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to take 1 step today, then another tomorrow, because small steps taken daily will take you farther than big steps taken occasionally. You don't need motivation to move mountains. You just need consistency to move pebbles every single day. Over time, those pebbles pile up into something massive. The small actions you take are either working for you or against you. Every choice compounds. Your habits, your thoughts, your words, your focus, whether you realize it or not, you are either building your future or burying it through the things you do consistently. You must stop underestimating the power of one more rep, 1 more hour of learning, 1 more attempt after failure, 1 more day of effort. Those moments might feel small, but they are the difference between those who dream and those who live their dreams. The compound effect rewards the disciplined, the patient, the relentless. It doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for persistence. It doesn't happen overnight, but when it does, it changes everything. Because when you understand that every small action compounds into massive transformation, you stop chasing quick results and start building unshakable growth. Your future demands sacrifice, not excuses. Every great life is built on a foundation of what someone was willing to give up. You cannot have success and comfort at the same time. You cannot chase greatness while clinging to your old habits, your distractions, your fears. The price of your dream will always be paid in sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, sleep, ego, comfort, and sometimes even relationships that no longer align with your vision. Most people never reach their potential because they want results without loss. They want the reward without the price. But the truth is simple. Every future worth having will demand that you let go of something you're holding on to today. Sacrifice is not suffering. It's an exchange. You trade short-term pleasure for long-term power. You give up ease to earn excellence. You give up what's convenient to build what's meaningful. Every successful person you admire has bled in silence, walked alone, and said no to things that felt good in the moment but would have cost them everything in the end. They understood that the path to their future wasn't about what they gained first. It was about what they were willing to lose. You cannot build an extraordinary life while holding on to ordinary habits. You can't become your best self while still living as your old self. Excuses are the enemy of evolution. They sound reasonable, they feel justified, but they are the language of limitation. Every excuse you make builds a wall between you and your destiny. I'm tired. I'm busy. I'll start tomorrow. These phrases sound harmless, but they are small deaths, each one killing a bit of your potential. The truth is, there will always be a reason not to do it. There will always be challenges, distractions, and doubts. But the people who win are the ones who do it anyway. They choose sacrifice over excuse every single time. You have to decide what you want more, your comfort or your calling, because you can't have both. If you want to change your life, you must be willing to let go of everything that keeps you ordinary. You must sacrifice the opinions of others, the need for approval, the craving for ease. You must choose growth even when it hurts, because growth always costs something. You will lose parts of yourself along the way, the lazy version, the fearful version, the one that settles for less. And that's exactly the point. The price of your future is the death of your old self. The world doesn't reward wishes. It rewards sacrifice. It rewards the person who wakes up earlier, works longer, studies harder, and refuses to quit. It rewards the one who gives up distractions to stay focused, who gives up comfort to stay committed, who gives up instant gratification for lasting success. You can't expect your future to respect you if you're not willing to pay for it. Sacrifice is the currency of progress. And every time you choose discipline over excuse, you're making a deposit into the life you truly want. Sacrifice will test you. It will strip away everything fake, everything weak, everything that's not built to last. It will demand patience when the world tells you to rush. It will demand strength when everything in you wants to stop. But if you endure it, if you embrace the pain of sacrifice, you'll unlock a version of yourself that's unstoppable. Because what you gain from sacrifice is not just success, it's power, purpose, and peace. You realize that nothing in life is free, and that's what makes it worth it. The dream you want will always ask, what are you willing to give up for me? And your answer will define your destiny.